So let's talk about plugs for espresso machines. And just hold on one second. Forgot this one right here. 15 amp outlets with 15 amp circuit breakers will typically have a plug that has two straight prongs and a ground. Okay, and this is a straight plug-in. As I mentioned before, 125 volt, and let me make sure, yep. Nope, this is the wrong one. This is actually, remember I showed you the T before? This T is on the opposite side. This is a 250 volt straight plug. Your 125 volt will have the T on this side. This 250 volt has it on this side. It's important on matching the outlet to the plug and checking the voltage. We installed a commercial machine into a Italian restaurant slash pizzeria, and they had a 125 volt circuit breaker, 20 amps, but the outlet and the machine that was in there previously was a 250 volt receptacle for this 250 volt plug. We've seen it before. Does it happen often? No. But that's why it's important to check. And it's also important that everything matches, because somewhere someone down the road is going to check things and plug things in. And if you plug a 110, 125 volt machine into a 250 volt outlet, you will fry everything. On the opposite side, if you have only 125 volts coming in and a 250 volt machine, it's never going to heat up in time. So even I got fooled because they go on opposite ends here. For commercial machines, we do prefer and like to install, because a lot of commercial machines don't have plugs, we like the twist lock. And the reason is, and this is a 20 amp 250 volt, which means it can handle up to 250 volts, but if you have 208, that's fine, is that you put it in and lock it, and it's more difficult to pull out. So from a safety perspective, we do like, for especially 220, because in case one of these come in or one of these, you're kind of locking it into place. Interesting, you have a twist lock here. This is 30 amps for 125 and 250 volts, 4 terminals, as you saw in the previous segment where I show you the receptacle for 4 terminals going in and the voltage behind them. And then here you have the 5 terminal plug. You know who likes to use these? Convention centers, because these are hard to get and you're not prepared for this when you're bringing your commercial or office model machine. You're not prepared for this, and they'll use this for the 110 volt and also the 220 volt, even though this one's rated 120 and 208. So they like to use these so you could pay them extra money for the labor as well as the electricity. So sometimes we have some of these spares on hand when we're doing conventions. And then here, these plugs are installed, but here you'll see some machines are including the plug, which is 15 amp, the wiring, and then the receptacle that's in the machine. And sometimes these are angled on a 90-degree angle because you don't want them sticking out as much. These are good. Most machines are wired right into the terminal block inside your machine. These are good for easy replacement. However, if this comes out, a customer complained about, I don't know, 6 months ago saying, hey, my machine don't turn on. Well, check the plug in behind the machine. Well, the house cleaner decided to pull the machine forward, it got unplugged, and the machine didn't work. So this also, if it's not plugged in fully into the receptacle of the machine, this can start to get hot, and this will melt and burn as well as the receptacle. I have seen that in the past 30 years. Not often, but I have seen it. Let's move on to the next segment.